What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jimpy Zayo, back with another video. And in today's video, I will be doing a review with the real, authentic PLAYARTSKAI Wolverine and the bootleg version of Boba Fett. Unfortunately, I did not buy the bootleg version of Wolverine, so it's going to be a little bit more of your imagination to see how, I guess you can say, the difference is. First, what I wanted to do was reveal the Wolverine aesthetic wise and the paint app wise. Then I was going to jump into the Boba Fett. For now, let's take him to the side. As you guys can see, he has a very glossy look to him, and what's ridiculously crazy about this fig, let me show you close. It's very detailed. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna zoom it in so then you guys can actually see. As you guys can see, the sculpt is extremely detailed. And it's glossy. It just shows that they ended up putting a clear coat on top to protect the paint, but also give it a shiny look, you know. These are really stiff, and they look really good. It's almost like the ends are burnt tipped. You see that? It's really cool. Really makes it have that antimentum feel. I guess the difference between this one and the bootleg, as I can recall, is the bootleg actually is flat. So it's a flat look. And apparently their arms are hairier. So if you look closely, let me try to. If you look closely, it just has like little dirt lines, like considered to be hair, but I don't know. For my grade of the aesthetic of this fig, in terms of like paint apps and just like spot on like looks, I would honestly consider this guy a good 9.5 out of 10, because they did stay true to the tiger stripe Wolverine. Although I would have definitely put these stripes on the sides. The paint quality is amazing. The designs throughout is amazing. It's extremely detailed. So the aesthetics for the authentic is glossy, and it's honestly like spot on when it comes to the paint apps. Now I'm gonna go to the Boba Fett. So one thing I noticed with the Boba Fett, with at least the fake one, I don't know, I don't have the real one to really distinguish it, but this, it literally falls off. Hold on, see? Like, it doesn't take much effort for it to fall. So that's one thing that I noticed. I mean, I know I'm talking about the aesthetics, so let's get back to the aesthetics, but I just wanted to point that out right away. This is really good. The flame is absolutely amazing to me. Let me put this down real quick. So as you guys can see, it's just so beautiful. I think it would have been nicer if it was orange, a little bit more, less orange and a little bit more yellow streaks through it. That'd be cool. Or even like purple, faint purple. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a real flamethrower. As you can see here, the paint's actually pretty damn good on this thing. I would consider this semi-gloss. I wish you guys were here to see it. I mean, if you're looking at this, you guys look closely, you see it? It looks glossy, right? But then when you see the Wolverine, let me see the shoulder. You see the difference? Well, you can't really see the difference, but it's to me, it's considered semi-gloss in person, but you can consider it gloss. It's just not extremely glossy like the Wolverine was. So let's get on to the figure. If you look close enough, it's flat. It's extremely flat. But that's the thing about this one. Like, at least I don't know if like the authentic one is flat as well, but I will tell you right now, Boba Fett with the flat flat paint is absolutely awesome to me. I don't know, it just looks like it's, you know, battle damage to the point, you know what I mean? The soft goods on the shoulders are definitely semi-glossy as well, but everything else is, for the most part, extremely flat. So it's a flat paint job all around, more of a matte finish than it is extremely flat. So I would say that at first glance, I think that most of them should be painted with a gloss look. So that's one thing that I noticed. And I also noticed one thing with this thing. I think it's supposed to be straight, but mine curves like crazy. So that's another thing I noticed with the fake ones. Maybe the real ones are like that too. So, but this is too. This is like extremely soft. Like it's really soft. And it, I mean, like it still lifts up and everything. I don't even think it can. It kind of, see it? It kind of stays up if you balance it correctly, but for the most part, I still like it. But for the most part, it's definitely just the difference is the flat look comparison to the gloss look. So my overview of the difference between the PLAYARTSKAI aesthetics of the Wolverine and then the bootleg Boba Fett. I honestly think that if you're going for a PLAYARTSKAI that you're just gonna display it on top of a high shelf or something like that, or you're just gonna keep it posed and you're not trying to play with it, I recommend that you go ahead and purchase the bootleg. But I also recommend that if you don't mind the flat look, that's the big deal. I know that I don't have a problem with the flat paint of the Boba Fett, but I know for a fact that if the Wolverine was flat, I don't know how I would feel about it. It's just an amazing, absolutely amazing figure, and he is what really got me to getting the PLAYARTSKAI. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little biased, maybe because he's my first one, or maybe because he's just one of the most excellent PLAYARTSKAI figs that I've seen, at least in reveals from Anthony's Customs. One more thing that I do want to mention to you guys very briefly about is when it comes to the bootleg PLAYARTSKAI, just note that they are not going to be exactly the same as the authentic in terms of sculpt. So don't buy a bootleg PLAYARTSKAI, let's say a Final Fantasy figure, or even like a Wonder Woman, or one that has a face, like a full-on face, and expect it to have the same exact face sculpt as the authentic. Because I know for a fact, going through all the different bootleg PLAYARTSKAIs, I saw some very gnarly looking faces. So just keep that in mind and know that it's going to be a different face sculpt. So if you're okay with that, then go ahead, and I would honestly recommend a bootleg aesthetically, at least for the Boba Fett. Moving ahead, let's start talking about the articulation. I'm gonna start by I'm gonna put this guy down first, and I'm gonna put him on the side so you guys aren't distracted. And I want to go ahead and talk about him. So when it comes to articulation, PLAYARTSKAI is very expensive. It usually starts off as 150 as of right now. The retail value right now is, or not value, but retail price is about 150. So you are expecting 150. So just remember that. But when you see from the head, it has a neck joint, so our neck articulation. So you can move it all the way there, this like that. And the thing is, like, the authentic ones are very good when it comes to our neck articulation. I'm not gonna go a full-on review. I will be linking Anthony's Customs page. Yeah, like, so the neck joint is very solid, but I mean, it's not stiff. That's the thing. You see that? It's not stiff. He can look all the way down to the point where he's like, you know, and then he can look all the way back and up. But well, he can't really look up that much because of the neck. But you get the point. The neck articulation was one of the biggest things that sold me to the PLAYARTSKAI, because, you know, I don't know, I just like articulation all around. The joints, if you can hear it, can you hear it? On the elbows, they're pretty solid. They're not soft joints, like they're ratchet. The same wrist joints, same on the wrist joints, except the wrist joints is not as is a little bit less stiff when it comes to the ratcheting. The ab crunch is absolutely wonderful. It does look like a face, I know, but ab crunch is absolutely wonderful. It's one of the things that I liked about it. It can go side to side pretty well. The hip joint is on a peg as well, I think, and I don't know, it's just a extremely solid feel, if that makes sense. And then the legs, this is where you really see the difference. So the one thing I didn't like is the freaking thigh swivel right there. It doesn't match up much, you know, but you hear that? It's double jointed. Hold on, you know what? Let me just fix the camera down a little. Okay, so it's double jointed, and you can hear the ratcheting, so it's pretty awesome. The ankles are pretty stiff, but they're they're ratcheted too. You know, and then the toe, they're stiff. I haven't really opened them. That's the first time I actually opened that articulation. They usually have fairly stiff joints, just so you guys can know the difference between the fake and real ones. The real ones, stiff joints, or firm joints, I would say. And fake ones, we're about to find out. Alright guys, so when you look closely at the head, it's... the neck's not working well. You see that? Let me try to use it over here. So the neck articulation, is just so super stiff. But he can look left, he can look to the right a little bit. He can look straight and down. So not really the best. The shoulder joints are really good. It's almost like it's real. So same thing with the elbow ratcheting. The wrist, if it's a little loose, more loose than the Wolverine, but other than that, it's honestly okay. So the ab crunch, honestly, I think it's a different mechanism from the Wolverine, but it kind of sucks. Like, it's really loose, but it can't go left and right at all, and it can't move at all, so it just can go like this. So I feel like a Marvel Legend. When it comes to the actual hips, can't move at all. So the ratcheting, it's good ratcheting, very good. But the problem is, again, I want to really emphasize this to you guys. Loose. It's loose, so it's really hard for him to stand. Maybe it might be his little coat thing, I don't know, but honestly, he's pretty difficult to stand. So double jointed knees, works pretty well. Yep. But as you can see, you can hear it. You guys hear that? It's really quiet, right? Let me bring you Wolverine. So you can see the difference. It's softer, I'm assuming. The quality inside the joints are softer. More prone to breaking, for sure. 100% more prone to breaking. So just be wary of that. These ankle joints are pretty good. But it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, like, it still has pivot too, so it's pretty cool. There is no articulation for toes. It really doesn't matter about how strong your ankles are. If it shakes like that, it's gonna be very difficult to position it regardless. So, all right, guys. So that is my final review of the regular PLAYARTSKAI, authentic PLAYARTSKAI, and the bootleg PLAYARTSKAI. I apologize again about not being able to have the same exact PLAYARTSKAI to do a comparison. Hope you guys don't butcher me that much. I will be showing different lightings on different, bring the light pole everywhere. So as you can see, what do you guys think of this review? If you guys wanted me to review it single-handedly by itself like Anthony Customs, let me know, and I will be doing that. And my final thoughts on both of them is, obviously I recommend highly on just picking up the regular PLAYARTSKAI. There are going to be different issues for different ones, like my Batman cannot stand the authentic one, as well as my Robin, which that Robin is actually poorly made. I do recommend everything about this Wolverine, so if you guys are looking to get this Wolverine and you don't know it, or you don't know what you think about it, I recommend it. And for bootlegs, I do recommend that you guys don't completely shut them out. I highly recommend this Boba Fett. Not necessarily highly recommend, but I do recommend this Boba Fett if you guys are okay with the flat paint that is on him. The battle damages and the scarring and the sculpt is actually absolutely wonderful looking to me. It just sucks that midsection does not articulate basically at all besides an ab crunch. So if you guys are okay with that, and then go for the big PLAYARTSKAI. I do highly recommend that you guys do not just keep it only to finding the cheapest one, but more finding the best bootleg seller. So just make sure you guys find the right bootleg seller. And for the Wolverine, it's going down in price right now, guys. It's the holidays, and I've seen some of them go down to like $110 or better offer. Obviously, you guys want to make sure that's authentic or even written in the description. Don't take my words as like a solid advice. I'm just saying to make sure to be wary about the expensive ones, because people do sell fake ones for just as expensive, so they can try to sell it as a real one. But yeah, just make sure you guys check out the description for the real ones. But he's going down for like what, 110 or better offers, and that is a pretty damn good deal to me. So, and yeah guys, that'll be all for this video. I hope you guys did like this review. If you did like this review, please make sure to drop a like, a comment, and please subscribe if you guys already haven't. I do a lot of toy hunts, as well as showing a lot of my display, and this is probably one of the first, if not like the third or fourth time doing a review for a fig. And I really hope you guys like this comparison. If you guys did, make sure to write some comments down and below, giving me some pointers if you guys want to see something like certain articulation or certain this and that. I would be glad to show you guys that in the next video review video. So yeah guys, this is Jippy Zayo of the Zayo Nation and the Zayo Gang. I'll see you guys in the next video.